Really, it, if you've been vaccinated, even yourself, if you don't want to, you don't have to. Because anybody's vaccinated, they say, there's a 99.9% you're protected. So, but if you're that 1%, you should play the megabucks. Testing 1, 2. Attendance. How many minutes? Do we got a few minutes to start?
No, 9:30.
Okay. Susan, Renate, Steve, Mara. Get Steve, Chris, Monty. I didn't get them yet. And then you get, Felicity came in. She's back. Oh, long time no see. Yep. You all vaccinated? Everybody vaccinated? Yeah. All right, we'll line it up. Yeah, just so Felicity, you have to find out she's coming once a week or whatever.
Okay.
And then you can, yeah. Okay, ready? So, if you, I think practically everyone in here has been vaccinated, so you don't have to wear a mask if you don't want to. It's optional. So I think we're 99.9% vaccinated. I don't know what that other 1% is. So yeah. All right, we can spread this way if you want. Yeah. Anybody want to come over here? Maria, yeah, over here. Oh, Chris. Yeah. All right. So you can step up a little. We can stagger, like, Mara can come here. You can stand there, over here. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I'll move. We'll find. With that mirror is coming here. That mirror is coming here. Okay. All right, good. We'll have to put your name on that one. All right, ready? First, did we bow? No. All right, okay, ready? 1. Okay, salute. Okay, first exercise, hands up, turning. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. To the side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. Okay, hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right. 2, 3. To your left. 2, 3. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, hands up. reach down, 1, 2, 3, to your right, 2, 3, to your left, 2, 3, center, inhale, exhale. Okay, hands up, reach down, 1, 2, 3, to your right, 2, 3, to your left, 2, 3, center, inhale, exhale. Okay, hands on your waist, circular movements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Reverse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Okay, next, cross your forearms, hold your kneecaps, circular movements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Reverse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Center, hands on your waist, neck turning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Center, back and forth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Center, tilt to the side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Center, rotating, 1, 2, 3. Reverse, 1, 2, 3. Center, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, spread your feet, turn your shoulders, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, and stop. Okay, turn, stretch it out. Switch. knee. Switch. 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 Okay, center. Okay, shake it out. Okay. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Shoulder roll. Okay, reverse. Deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, wrists. Reverse. Palms down. Bigger circle. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. Okay, shake it out. Deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, shift from side to side. And center. Okay, lift, shift. Okay, center, right foot forward, insert the needle, do it a few times. Switch. And center. Okay, shake it out. Right side leg swing. side. And center. Switch. And center. Okay, shake it out. Deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, forward and back. Switch, other side. Center. Open and close. Switch. Center, feet shoulder width parallel, preparation, down. Extend. Okay, deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, diagonal flying. Switch. Okay, center. Cloud hands. Palms down. Lift up. Carry tiger to the mountain. sign. Form the fists. Palms together, strum the lute, sink the elbow, relax the shoulders, find your center line. Turn, draw the bow. Spread the feet, fan to the back. Okay, right hand on top, turn to the right, left hand on top, turn to the left. Okay, raise the hand right up through center. Palms down. Deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so we can split it up. Chris can go over there. Monte, you want to go on the other side? Isaac? Okay. So go through the short form and then do the long form. Yeah. Yeah, she's good there. She's good there. Yeah. Isaac, you go to the restroom? Yeah. You can go in. There's separate stalls. Yeah. It's so. Felicity, you remember the short form you've been practicing? Okay, good. We're good. All right. Okay, so we'll start off with our feet parallel preparation. Okay, begin. Step up and raise the hand. Strum the lute. Close the door. Form the fist and punch. Divert, block and punch. Cross the arms, leopard and tiger springs to mountain. Fist under elbow. Repulse the monkey. Your right, hold the ball, step up, diagonal flying, sit back, insert the needle. Fan through the back, turn, stroke down, parry and punch. Step up, punch, sit back, divert, block and punch. Cross the arms, leopard and tiger springs to mountain. Bring the palms down, sit back, pivot, turn, carry tiger to the mountain. Cross hands, raise the left hand, bend from the waist. Stork flaps wings, pivoting toe heel, left side grasps the sparrow's tail. Hook wrist, left side, single whip. hold the ball, flip it over, diagonal flying, sit back, part the horse's mane, step up, stroke down, part the horse's mane, cross corner, cross corner, sink your elbow, hook your wrist, turn back to the front. Cloud hands. Okay, hold the ball, flip it over, diagonal flying. Okay, deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Just want to go through that again, or you want to go straight to the long form? Anybody? Again, 50-50. Do the short form. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll do it again. All right. Yeah, we'll do it again. All right. Preparation, slowly lift, relax, and press. Step up. Press forward. Sit back. Kick the heel out. Separate the hands. Move the foot in and out. Grasp the sparrow's tail. Single whip. Palm side in. Hook side across. Shift. Diagonal flying. Shift. Step up. Press forward. Raise the hand. Bend from the waist. Stork flaps wings. And relax. Pivot. Toe heel pivot. Brush knee 4 times. arms, square the feet, raise the left hand, bend from the waist, stork flaps wings, left side grasps the sparrow's tail, hook your wrists, left side single whip, palm side in, flip it over, diagonal flying left side, step up, stroke down, part the horse's mane, cross corner, Jade Lady work shuttle, cross corner, Jade Lady work shuttle, hook your wrists, cloud hands, hold the ball, diagonal flying right, close the form. Okay, so let's do the closing movement again. Ready? From single whip, we hold the ball, we flip it over, adjust the feet, set up a diagonal flying right side, fingertips to the side, your weight is shifted, left foot goes back, sit back, hands go forward, cross the forearms, so bring the hands across, yeah, straighten out the arms, step to the side, now fold the elbows, draw them back, and then press down. So the hands go like this. So when the hands are here, you move, move, and move. And the hand movements are coordinated with the arms, so when we're here, we go to here. We step. And then we start to sit back to sort of counterweight the balance of the position, relax the shoulders, go to the side, and you kind of project it to the side direction, and then you reset the center, and you press. See? So there is that, the idea of substantial and insubstantial shifting and maneuvering through. So there is always a kind of a relationship between your arms and your legs throughout the transition. So the difficulty is getting all that to happen, as you build that synchronization. And the reason why it takes a while is because, first you have to kind of get the sequential events, the hands, the cross, the elbow out, and the back. So that's a pattern of movement. And then you have the shifting of the weight. That's an orderly thing. Then when you put it all together, your body has to kind of, over time, go through the positions and then build that synchronization. So, it is a process, so that does take some time. But the more you do it, the faster it comes. And just that's the way it is. It's part of the learning process. I asked yesterday, when we break a habit, do we actually lose the habit, or do we just... So what do you think when you learn something, like when you're doing Tai Chi and you're doing movements a certain way, then you try to relearn it? Is that something that that has to be unlearned and then relearned completely? That's how we think of it, right? So what do you think of the process? Huh? Yeah, but when does it become modified and then stays? The whole thing about muscle memory is, and accuracy of movement is whether it stays with you or not. It's like memorizing a phone number. If you don't recite it over and over again for a number of days, you don't really remember it. But you can remember it in the short-term memory. So when we learn a concept, it's usually in the short-term memory, and then it goes away. You want to say something? Proprioception? Proprioception. Proprioception is part of the muscle memory, but we're talking about proprioception. Those are the nuances and sequential memory, right? So what I think happens is, because I'm just assuming too, like everyone else, right? When you learn something, a new concept, it's just new information. So you kind of overlay a new pattern of movement over your existing pattern. And then eventually your body and your brain will sort out which way it's going to work with it over time, and which one becomes better and which one follows the principle. But if you don't have a principle as a guideline, then you're confused, right? So confusion is up in here. So if it's confused here, you know how your body is going to be totally confused because it's getting the wrong information. Because information, it's like a highway. It goes into the muscles, and the sensory system has the feedback, and eventually tells you that this is correct, whether it's visual or not. So in order for the short-term memory movements to go into long-term memory, you have to practice it over and over again for a period of time. So people that, I guess, have been doing this for a while, it goes into the long-term memory maybe a little bit faster than someone that hasn't gone through it. But if you've gone through it, it still takes 4 to 6 weeks to enter the long-term memory. And when it gets into long-term memory, it doesn't stay there completely until it gets sort of embedded in your system, and then it becomes subconscious. So that long-term memory thing becomes deeper and stronger over time. And that's when you can do the form without thinking about it. And then all these things that we talk about is just innate. It's just in your system. And every time we talk about a concept similar to that, you already kind of know it. So the more of those that you have up in here, then the more of those that can be cross-referenced. And then, they fall into these categories, and eventually it becomes almost, all like the same. You fall into categories of, say, vertical elbow, sinking the elbow, relaxing. All of this starts to come into play. But meanwhile, when you're first learning it, they're all separate pieces. So those separate pieces actually stay separate until the idea of integration comes in, and relationships, and then that stuff starts to blend. And as the relationship builds and it gets into that long-term subconscious area, then what ends up happening is you start to refine that again, and then you refine it again and again. So the cycle is a constant. If you evolve, that's what evolving is. And if you evolve to a certain point, will it stop? It doesn't stop because the nuances don't stop. The manipulation of your skeletal structure, the control factor of what parts move and don't move. So when you first start, it's all arm. It might be only one-sided. Then when you start to work your legs, the legs become part of that relationship. And then the torso, because we start talking about turning and twisting, right to left. So the whole idea of forward, backward, right, left is in everything. There isn't a movement that there isn't a right, left, or forward and back. And then central equilibrium is the balance point. Then in the balance point, you have up and down, like rising and falling. So that's what we have to kind of understand when we're doing the movements. So let's do the long form. We'll go through that, and then we see where we go. Right, ready? Feet parallel. So, preparation. Carry tiger to the mountain. Hold the ball. Shift, diagonal flying. Shift, step up and press. Raise the hand. Bend from the waist. Stork flaps wings. Then we turn. Brush knee 1 time. Sit back. Insert the needle. Fan through the back. Turn. Stroke down. Parry and punch. Step backwards. Retreat. Divert. Block. And punch. Step up. Grasp the sparrow's tail. Hook your wrists. Single whip. Hold the ball. Shift. Diagonal flying. It's really part of setting up for the cloud hands. First set of cloud hands. So you do that little jog and then go 3rd hand movement, 3rd set. Hook your wrists. Single whip again. Then we turn. Here's our kicks. So we pivot, set it up, change the hands, high pat the horse, right instep kick, set it up, cross, high pat the horse, flip it over, left toe kick, instep kick, turn, pivot, left heel kick, right side, brush knee and push. Set up your left side, step through, twist step, brush knee and push. Sit back, go forward, twist step, planting punch. Sit back, turn, parry and punch. Step up, high pat the horse, leads us into beat the tiger. Open the stance, cross behind, right hand comes through, to the right, sit back, stroke down, to the rear left, clench your fist, pivot, lower hoop, cross the arms, level the arms, right heel kick, 2 punches to the ear. Sit back, left on top, right on top, fold the elbows, parting leg, pivot and pivot. This is your pedal step turn. Put your left on top, fold the elbows, parting leg, stroke down, sit back, parry and punch. Form the fists and punch. So we repeat. Divert, block, and punch. Cross the arms, leopard and tiger springs to mountain. Bring the hands down, pivot. Lift, carry tiger to the mountain. Cross the hands. Turn to the corner, oblique brush knee again. Sit back, go to the left, twist to the left, wind up your shoulders and waist, turn. Brush knee and push. Let's go to the rear. Vertical, horizontal, grasp the sparrow's tail, back and forward. Hook your wrists. Now we turn back to the front side. Going to go to single whip, hold the ball, and we're going to reverse the ball. Diagonal flying on the right side. Then we turn, set up for part the horse's mane. 5 times. Step up to your left side, part the horse's mane. sit back and step up again. Stroke down, part the horse's mane. Here's your final two part the horse's mane. Then we go to the four corners and we have Jade Lady work shuttle. There's your first. We sit back, pivot twice. Then we step across, right foot forward. Your second Jade Lady work shuttle with a part the horse's mane in this corner. Then we cross over for the third Jade Lady work shuttle. And we sit back, pivot, pivot, step, and step for the fourth Jade Lady work shuttle. And we have grasp the sparrow's tail on the oblique again. And then we're going to hook and go back to the front. Single whip. Second set of cloud hands. Hook your wrists. And back to single whip. Now we're going to do the first downward posture. Cover hand, snake sticks out tongue, invert the hand, pull down, step up, golden cockerel stance on one leg, thrust and kick, opposite golden cockerel, reverse the stance, left side, repulse the monkey. We have 3 of these. Going backwards. And back to the left side. And the third, repulse the monkey. Okay, next back to vertical. Left side, carry tiger to the mountain. Open the stance. Hold the ball, shift your weight, step up the diagonal step up to raise the hand, sorry. And bend, stork flaps wings. Now we repeat the brush knee and insert needle. That's always followed by fan through the back. And then we turn, that's always goes into this parry and punch. So that those 3 movements kind of always work together. Form the fist and step up. And then we punch, sit back, divert, block and punch. And then we step up, grasp the sparrow's tail. Single whip, going to the third set of cloud hands after we hold the ball. And turn. Set up, palm strikes face, left. Turn, single lotus kick, brush knee and push, left side. Then we're going to go forward, twist step to punch down to crotch, step up to grasp the sparrow's tail again. And single whip. Second downward posture. To cross hand position, which is 7 star. Retreat Hook your wrist to ride the tiger. Left palm goes forward. Turn and change the hands. Double lotus. Draw bow to shoot tiger. Step up. Palm strikes face the second time. Turn to parry and punch. Step up and set up. Switch the hands. High pat the horse. Step up again. Grasp the sparrow's tail. Hook your wrists. Single whip. Hold the ball. Diagonal flying. Out to the side. Sit back. Out to the side. And close. Okay, deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So we can review that closing a few times. I saw Felicity kind of fumbling with the hands. So we hold the ball. We flip it over. We adjust this foot. And then we go to diagonal flying right side. So get this elbow down, pointing toward the knee. In this position, let's relax the shoulder here. And then shift the weight and go from here to here. From here, as you sit back to here. Cross the arms. Bring the foot over enough so that when we square the feet, this foot, we're in the shoulder width stance, and we're leaning to the right until we go back to the left, center. See? So we're here, right? We're 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax. Out. Forward. Set up your arms. Step out enough to give you the shoulder width stance. And back to center. So we're here. 1, 2, 3. So just timing takes practice. That's really, your body has to recognize when certain things happen. And where it happens, when it happens, is all part of the experience. That timing really is built as a feeling, and then you express it through that experience, because your body knows it's in the right place here, when it's here, when it's here. It just knows. When we're in this position, when we shift, that's the shoulder level, right? So where did we find that shoulder level position? We found it here, right? Where did we find this position? We found it here, right? Where do we find this position? It's part of that position, right? Where does it find this position? It's the stance. Cross the arms, fold the arms, unfold the arms, turn the palms up. We're here. 1, stepping to the side. Right. So this is all your shoulder width stance, pivoting, right? Pivoting, turning, opening. So we out to the side, the elbows drift back and down. See, so that's just a piece of that. There's a piece of that. There's a piece of that. So everything that we do is just sort of building blocks. When your body recognizes the position, parallel stance, shoulder height, triangular position, rounding out, turning to your right, turning to your left. These are just to kind of trigger the thought. But the thing is, if your body kind of knows it, then you just move, and then eventually just happens. It's it's an amazing process. But the thing is, there's a method to the madness, and we go through this process, and we don't really pay attention a lot to how we learn things in regard to movement, because most of us, well, all of us actually learn visually. So if you're visually impaired, you can imagine, they're totally imagining how movement should be. Years ago, when Malcolm was helping, we were at a center, and there was a woman there, and she wanted to do the Tai Chi. So she stayed in the back, and she just listened and just tried to assimilate and sort of imagine what's supposed to be happening in the movement. So, because they do that a lot, that's their way of learning, and they're able to do it. But, sequential type things and mapping out the form does take a lot more, understanding. It's hard enough, when you're in a room trying to do it and you get confused. But you can see that, some of the times she had to feel where your arms were in order for her to understand what that shape was. Right. So, but we have this advantage where we can see it, we can hear it, and we can blend it together. So the only thing you have to put into it now is just effort. And then the effort is really, it varies among individuals. But people with, the determination, you can do it. So learning the long form is a big challenge just for the length of it. It's so long. Most people to see it the first time, most people can't even watch a performance with it too many times. You get bored, so you can imagine when we were doing performances, we would always shorten the Tai Chi forms because we didn't want to lose the audience. People would start talking in between, and next thing you know, the whole thing, Tai Chi, the long form, 15 to 17 minutes is you do it. That's the long form. Yeah. So the 15 to 17 minutes is really just kind of a gauge of how slow you would be doing it. Just like when we do the short form, it's about 4.5 to 5 minutes. So when someone says, how slow should I do it? From beginning to end, it takes about 4.5 to 5 minutes. The other thing I try to get people to understand is that Tai Chi is not done 4.5, 5 minutes because you're just moving at a snail's pace. It's because your transitions, as you integrate your movement, become longer. As you shift forward and backward, that takes longer than if you just did the hand movements, because you have this element of time. So time is that element that is elongated by the number of transitions you have. So the more transitions you have, the more complex the movement and the more involved. So that takes more time. You always, yeah. Yeah. It's actually done in silence. Well, traditional Tai Chi is done in silence. Modern or today, a lot of it's done to music. Music actually helps, with rhythm and flow, but, the traditionalists would say you don't need the music as a crutch, that you would just do it with your own, mental intensity. But, music is good for performance, and, anything that requires an audience, music is better. Because you need the music and the movement to capture the audience's attention. If you just do movement, they're not always engaged. So, that's like doing movies. They did this study on this before. When they do a movie and they don't have sound, it's completely different from when they do it with sound. Yeah, because on the so I've always used music throughout. I stopped because of the streaming, but people like the music. So some people like Bob O'Brien, when he does the weapons class, he has to have the music because he's conditioned to that. But actually, if you're performing and you're doing it to the music, then there's a flow and a rhythm that actually gets captured. So on the level of performance skill and performing with a group, then the music is good as a tempo. But old school sometimes have old-fashioned thoughts, so it's not always the best way to do things. So we have to have some flexibility to adapt. Yeah, 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 yeah. So silence is good. Yeah. And, well, sometimes people like to go through the form without talking too, and then when I teach a class, I have to kind of balance it out. When I think someone's going to get stuck, I kind of put in the prompts. Like Steve likes to be prompt while he's learning it, but people that do something on a meditative level want to be somewhat silent. That's why they say because you have to be with it, in the mode, like in the zone. Yeah, you have to know the form. But if you're just standing there in the standing meditation, sometimes it's so silent that maybe some people like to use the music as a relaxing thing. I mean, people use music. Have all these gadgets. You go to sleep. You turn on the ocean. All these things. And people that are very sensitive to sound, they hear everything, so they use other sounds to camouflage, the sounds that happen normally, like wood creaking or water flowing in. People, it sometimes irritates people. If an air conditioning goes on, you hear the buzzing from that, it irritates people. So people are different. Have to ask the psychiatrist about that. We'll have to ask the psychiatrist about that. People are, they come in all forms and shapes, so their mind is different.
Well, it's also urbanization.
Yeah. Back.
I think noises in nature don't bother people.
Yeah. People that live in the city and go in the country, they're kind of a little nervous because it's too quiet.
And it's so dark.
And it's so dark, yeah.
You just don't appreciate wow, things
Yeah, when you drive those dark roads, shut off your headlights. You say, whoa, it is dark. Did you do that? Yeah. How do you know? Oh. I drove back from New York on the that throughway there. I didn't know I didn't have headlights, except for my little lights on the bottom. And my daughter Jessie was saying, "Dad, can you see?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Are the lights on?" I said, "Yeah, they're on." I didn't realize I got back here when the guy said, I thought I had at least one headlight. He said, "They're both out."
So your lights were on, turned on, but your bulbs were gone.
They were turned on, my bulbs were gone, but the little lights on the bottom, they were kind of like, I don't know what you call those, but yeah, so they were on. So I was driving, and I said, wow, this road is kind of dark. Because it doesn't have any those lights up. So I drove 90 miles like that.
I won't go this road anymore.
Well, they couldn't. Yeah.
You know that there's, in 1984 was published, that hospitalized patients after there was gallbladder surgery.
Gallbladder.
Gallbladder. The old-fashioned kind.
Yeah, yeah.
They cut into in 1984.
They're good now at that.
But the patients who had a room with a view of nature took less pain medication. It's a big study. Got out of the hospital faster, healed quicker, and weren't as crabby to the nurses as the patients who had a window that looked on a blank wall, like the next building.
I think in the 70s or 80s, I used to read the popular science and popular mechanics. Well, they were those magazines, so they had a picture of a guy that was supposed to be like around probably this era, that's supposed to have, because of the air pollution, your nose would be like this, your eyes would be like this, your ears would be. So they had this picture of what a person would look like today. Actually, it didn't happen. Cars were supposed to get smaller. They would get, and then it would get noisier, and it was this, and it was noisier. So your ears would either get smaller, and the nose would, it was just. But